The sharks on Shark Tank have invested millions of dollars for different businesses, but only one investment could be the most profitable for each shark. For this list, only the regular sharks would be considered and shared investments of 2 or more sharks would not be considered. The first shark is Mark Cuban. Being the billionaire owner of the Dallas Mavericks, it's not surprising to learn Mark has invested around $20 million in the tank so far in a variety of businesses. But it's surprising to learn the most profitable business for Mark Cuban has nothing to do with software technology, but rather it is an eco-friendly food storage bags designed to replace traditional single-use plastic bags. That being stasher bags, the bags are made with food-grade silicone and come in various shapes and sizes. Mark agrees to invest $400,000 for a 15% stake of the company and a $400,000 line of credit back in 2018. Since then, the annual revenue of the company is around $12 million, and it is now worth around $10 million, which makes Mark's share worth $1.5 million. The second shark is Robert, having invested $16 million inside the tank so far, investing it in 54 different deals. Robert has made a hefty sum of cash and profit, but none of his investments has been as profitable as Tipsy Elves, a brand offering ugly Christmas sweaters and other holiday-themed apparel. Robert has made a deal of $100,000 for 10% of the Christmas sweater brand, with its owners Nick and Evan back in 2013. Since then, the company has a sales of $317 million and has a valuation of $20 million, which made Robert's 10% stake worth $2 million, but don't expect him to sell it anytime soon. Next is Kevin O'Leary. Since joining Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful has invested $8.5 million so far in many different businesses. But the most profitable of the bunch is Love Pop, a greeting card company that designs a 3D pop-up cards. Kevin invested $300,000 for 15% of the company back in 2015. Since then, Love Pop has earned over $80 million in sales and has a net worth exceeding $100 million. This makes Kevin's share worth around $15 million, becoming the most profitable investment for Mr. Wonderful.
I love it!
Give us some love and hit that subscribe button. On the third place in the shark race is Barbara, the real estate agent turned savvy investor. Having invested around $5 million in 53 different deals, she shows her money-making ability and keen eye for profitable products the others might miss. But none of her investment has made her as much money as the Comfy, a wearable hoodie blanket. It's like the Snuggie, but with a hoodie for your head. It's hard to imagine making millions of dollars out of an oversized hoodie, but that's exactly what Barbara did with the Comfy, making a deal of only $50,000 for 30% of the company. In a 2023 interview, Barbara revealed the Comfy had made her $468 million in 3 years since the deal was made. The company is now worth $50 million, which makes Barbara's share worth $15 million. But don't tell her that because she isn't selling it for any amount. On second place is the shark queen herself, Lori Greiner. Having invested in more than half of the top-selling products in Shark Tank, Lori had proved herself to be the best investor in the tank. By the way, subscribe to this channel to find out which Shark Tank product are the top selling, because we're working on that video right now. Having invested more than $9.5 million so far in the tank, Lori has made many millionaires out of her entrepreneurs. But there can only be one number one. That's where Scrab Daddy walks in. A smiley face-shaped sponge that changes hardness depending on water temperature. Yes, Lori squeezed out millions of dollars out of a piece of sponge, making a deal worth $200,000 for a 20% stake back in 2012. She cashed out big with a lifetime sale of more than $1 billion, which made the company worth $310 million, which means Lori's share is worth $62 million. That is big, but there is one more even better than this. Our top spot go to the fashion guru Daymond John. With his investment on a socks company Bombas, Daymond has invested $8.5 million so far in 61 different businesses in the tank, but it only takes one to be number one on this list. Bombas is a comfort-focused sock brand with a philanthropic mission, and they made a $200,000 deal for 17.5% stake back in 2014 with a lifetime sales of $470 million and a net worth of $500 million. Bombas is the most profitable deal in Shark Tank history, and Daymond 17.5%. That was purchased for $200,000 is now worth $87 million. If you want to know how Bombas became the most profitable business in Shark Tank history, check this video out.